Hello everybody and welcome back to my Sims 4 speed build series. I am Twinkly Tanya and today we are doing a quirky modern build. And I was trying to defy physics a little bit here. At first I decided to put pillars underneath the cubes, but then I deleted them because it should be a quirky build. It should be something that you don't see every day and something that should not even happen perhaps. So we have these modern cubes here and I'm trying to figure out if I should do a roof trim or not and how that works, and later on I will actually add that, but for now they are just these cubes. And I was trying to do some really colorful stuff on the outside, but the game didn't provide me with that many options. It was mostly rocks and brown and normal colors and it was so boring. But then I found these panels that had quite a few colors. It was not as colorful as I hoped it to be in the beginning, but it was really nice in the end, I think. So we have this red cube and a yellow cube and this like terracotta orange kind of cube. And I mean, it does fit in, I think, within the nature a little bit because the colors come back in the nature around it. So it doesn't stand out that much. It's not that super weird, but it's also not something you see every day. So it's quirky enough still. And then I found a door that had the exact same colors and I thought it was absolutely perfect. So I chose that door, but later on I will change that door because I chose these really modern windows and I absolutely loved them. And they just didn't really go well with the door, and later on it becomes very apparent when I try to put in a back door there that looks the same, and then I'm actually going to change it. But for now we have this kind of rainbow door in the colors of the house. I'm continuing with the yard, basically both of the yards, and I am putting a pool in there, and like the house, the pool is a cube. Basically everything in this house is cubes. And I am putting purple water in the pool because the game gave us that. And I never built a pool in this game because I only did 3 builds in my whole life in The Sims 4, 2 of which on camera. So I never built a pool, and I didn't even know that there was purple water. And I don't even know why. Why would they put purple water in the game? I mean, I'm absolutely grateful because it works perfectly here, but it's so strange. If someone knows why there's purple water, please let me know. But yeah, we are moving on to plants and trees, and I thought this tree with the spheres on it was absolutely the best tree to have in this quirky build. And then I put some of the animal topiary around. I thought that was absolutely amazing. I wanted to put the cat on the house at some point because we decided that this is a cat lady. She owns a cat. I don't even know if we decided it back then. And I say we because I did this in my stream actually. So people were helping me decide what to put in this house. But it looks a bit weird on the house, so I'm actually putting the cat just in the backyard. And here I am making a border of plants. All the plants that I put in the yard basically have either yellow, red, or orange flowers, so they fit the colors of the house. I thought that would be nice. And I'm making a little border here. I put some sand everywhere to make it look more realistic, I suppose. And I chose this really bright sand because this is a really dry area, and I think that the sand would be lighter than in other areas. I mean, I would never even think about having this sand underneath my plants over here, but I think in a desert area it just is that way. I don't know. If I'm wrong, please let me know, because like in the first in the first build that I did, I know nothing about desert areas, so I'm just winging it here. I put some rocks around it, partly because it enhances the desert kind of feel to me, but also because it just makes it closed off a little bit more. It makes it look more coherent there, instead of just some plants floating around. So I really like how that turned out. And now I am building a terrace in the backyard. Oh, there's the door. And yeah, I think right about now we decided to change the door. After we built the terrace there, I think. Yeah. It didn't fit. I really love the stones of this terrace though. The pavement there is really, really great, and I'm actually neglecting it after this for a little while. I'm coming back to it later, but for now I'm just focusing on the doors, and then I think I'm going to the inside of the house. And actually these doors were 2 squares wide, and I had to replace the path and also the plants that you see there in order to make it look good again. So, well, it's fine. It's not a really difficult change. So, yeah, okay, here we go to the inside, and just checking if no plants are sticking out into the inside through the walls, because that would just look silly. And I'm struggling a bit with that patch over there because the low flowers that I have there, they are put in a square, and it is just how they are in the game, but it just looks a little bit silly. I don't know what to think of it, but I think it turned out okay in the end. I just wish that it was not so square, it was more organic or something. Anyway, we are putting some stairs in the house, obviously, and some lights. I decided to put in some working lights so that we can actually see what we're doing, and to put the actual lights in later, but I think I'm actually keeping these lights because they're also kind of modern and that fits the build, so they can be there. And here we are trying to decide what we will put as a floor and as walls, basically. And in the end, we decided to make every floor represent the colors of the outside walls. So this floor will be mostly red. All the floors also have black as their accent color, because that is basically what we use for the windows and everything. So that kind of fits as well to like represent it in the furniture as well. But yeah, this will be the red floor, and then the next floor will be a yellow floor, and then on top of that I tried to do a terracotta floor, but there weren't really many items in the game, many interesting modern items. There were a lot of terracotta brownish items, but they didn't really look interesting, so I decided to add blue to it as well. Anyway, let's first just continue with the ground floor. I thought the view from the couches, the view was so ugly. There was nothing to see, basically, even though there's so much going on in the yard. So I thought the view should reflect that. So I put some topiary around it, and since this is a desert area, I chose to put cacti around the house. So maybe this makes the house more suitable for this particular world, or you could also put it in Oasis Springs, I suppose. And look how much more interesting it looks already right now, with just some cacti in front of the window. And here I debated whether I should put a TV in front of the window or not, because this is the seating area. This is where you sit with your guests and maybe you want to watch a movie or something, but I decided that it would be such a waste because the windows and the view, it's also pretty, and a TV would take away from that. So instead I just put some plants there to, you know, to get the view a little bit more inside as well, to give it more depth, I suppose. And we will put a TV in the house, but we will put it upstairs. We have a little seating area upstairs in the bedroom later on. I decided not to put a bathroom downstairs because that would just take away too much space. So the downstairs area is just for the living room, a kitchen, and a dining area. And here I'm putting the kitchen in, and I'm struggling a bit with where everything should go. It is going to be not even an L-shaped kitchen, but there is another wall that we put between the kitchen and the couch over there. There it is. And that actually made it so much easier to place the kitchen, because now we don't have to look to the backs of the counters. So we could actually make this little kitchen nook there, and I think it's absolutely adorable that we have this low wall there, this half wall, so that people who are cooking in the kitchen can actually still converse with the people who are sitting on the couch. And I don't know, this is a total popular thing that we do in the Netherlands here. I don't know if it's a thing everywhere in the world, but I think that's an absolutely great idea. Not having a separate kitchen, but just including it to the rest of the house, and including it to the rest of the living room, basically. We even put a red fridge there, or a fridge with a red accent, because the absolute completely red fridge was a little bit weird. It was a different kind of red, so it didn't really fit. And this just looked better and also more modern, I suppose. Here I'm finding out that the dishwasher is actually a built-in dishwasher, which I didn't know, but it made me so happy that it was. And of course these people need a coffee maker, and it's red as well. And I'm saying these people, but we actually thought about who would be living here, and the stream decided that it would be the house of one woman, and she would be a writer, and she would mostly write horror and like fantasy horror, basically. That is her genre when she writes, and she wants to be a famous writer, and she comes to this town to, you know, to have some inspiration for all the books that she wants to write, and for a nice story that she could write. And also she has a cat. And so later on I'm putting some cat stuff in the house as well. I think I'm not starting with that because this story got made up halfway along the house build. So the cat stuff comes in later. But just so you know, if you want to get this house from the gallery, you could also host a cat in this house. Because it has one bedroom, it is perfectly suitable for one person, but also for two persons if they like to sleep in the same bed, because there is a double bed. But more than that wouldn't actually fit unless you change the third floor into another bedroom. You could totally do that. It would be a small bedroom, but it could work totally. We made a study out of that though, so that is what we will see in this build. We are putting some decorations up the walls now, and we are putting this weird thing of the Strangerville pack, which I don't even know what it is, and nobody in the stream knew what it is. And if you do know, please do not tell me if it actually means something, because I still want to play Strangerville, and I want to find it out if it actually means something. But just because it was so quirky and weird, we just put it there. And we actually separated the area where you put a coat rack and everything, where you put your coat, from the living room by this divider that you see, and I really like it. It still keeps this open feel, and it also closes it off at the same time, if that makes sense. And maybe you saw it, but we placed two little cat bowls there, and a little mat for the bowls as well. So here we decided that there should be a cat in this house. And by the way, today in my stream, we actually created the woman that lives here, so she is up on the gallery as well. And in the end, she got two cats even, so who are also very quirky. At least one of the cats is probably even quirkier than the whole house. So if you want to see that, go to my gallery. It's Twinkly Tanya PL, because Twinkly Tanya Plays doesn't fit for some reason. But you can download the people there. We already put them up there. The house has some problems with getting uploaded to the gallery, so I'm not sure if it's up there already if you see this build. If it's not, then just come back a little bit later, because I will keep trying and it will be there eventually. I'm not really sure what went wrong, but the house should be there at some point. So here we are going to the first floor, and the first floor has a little bathroom. It is actually the only floor in the house that has a separate room. And because I didn't want to take away from the open feel, and also because she's a writer and basically she loves books because she writes them, we put in a door that is a bookcase. It looks like a bookcase, and I thought it was the absolute best door for this build and for this woman also. So you don't actually see that there's a door and that there's another room, and it's kind of a secret, which is pretty cool. And then we made this very modern bathroom with all the black stuff here. I'm trying to debate here I'm trying to decide rather whether I should put some red in the bathroom as well to take the red from downstairs up also. I don't know, but in the end I chose to put only modern black stuff in there. And after the stream, I actually put in some more stuff, and just something to put the towels in, and like I think there is some stuff is hanging there. You can see it if you go to the gallery and the house is up there. But so it just looks a little bit more interesting, a little bit more decorated, I suppose. What am I doing now? Oh, wait, because, yeah, of course, I realized that the the location where I put the bathroom was actually the location where the stairs should be. So, but it was also the perfect location for a bathroom. So I was trying to decide whether I should just move the cube and then have stairs in another place, or if I just should leave the cube there and move the whole bathroom. But I decided that keeping the bathroom where it was more important to me, because the bathroom was in a place where there were no windows. So we could have easily moved it to the other side of the house, but then the bathroom would have had the big windows and the bedroom wouldn't have, or it would have been in a, like the bedroom would have been around the stairs or whatever, and that was just too weird. So we decided to do it like this, and I'm actually kind of happy with that in the end. And here we put a bed. It was so hard to find a bed. I wanted a modern bed, but I also wanted a colorful bed. That didn't happen. It just became a black bed. And by the way, that lamp that you see there, that, what was it? The planetarium lamp or whatever? I wasn't sure until the very end if I should put it there, and I'm still not sure. I don't know. It's not even a modern lamp or whatever. It is a quirky lamp though, and it has the colors that you also see in the house and at the outside of the house. So I kept it there, but there were so many times during the stream where I questioned the lamp. So I don't know. What do you think of the lamp? Do you think it fits, or do you think it's totally weird? I don't know. Let me know. Then we have a little seating area over there with the TV. It's probably not big enough for guests, although you could sit there with two people because there's a little stool and there's a chair, and you could also just lay in bed and watch TV. So I guess if you get guests, there will be no movie nights. We will not watch TV with the guests, but just snuggled up in bed, I suppose, which is also very great, right? The TV is just for this woman. And we put a little more decorations here and there as well. I think, by the way, that wardrobe is totally nice. It doesn't take away too much from the window, but she can still put away her clothes and then change her outfits and everything. I do think I put up a mirror as well there later. But here I'm trying to find out what decorations would be nice. And the one with the balloons was absolutely great. It had the same colors as this whole floor, but then I found this nature one, this one, and I loved it so much. I couldn't go back to the balloons because this was just too great. And I love the little cat calendar there as well. She has a calendar next to the bed with a cat on it, and it fits her personality so well. I think it works so well if you know who you are building your house for, because then you can actually make some personalized decisions, and the house just it's yeah, that's just what it is. It becomes more personal, I think. So I'm wondering, do you also know who you are building the house for, or are you just building the houses randomly and just choose whatever comes to your mind? Because that's also a thing that you could do, obviously. So we are going to the third floor here. I think I am putting in some more windows there at some point, because I thought it was way too dark up there, and I didn't even know why this cube only had windows on one side. I think I did that because it was such a small cube as it was, but I just think it looks better with windows on all sides because it's so small, actually. And I thought this wallpaper was perfect. Look at the view and look at the wallpaper, and my god, there couldn't have been a better piece of wallpaper over here. It kind of feels like she is sitting on the beach or in the desert, and she's sitting outside it looks like she's sitting outside when she works, and she's just surrounded by nature and desert, and it's just so nice, I think. I was so glad with this wallpaper. So she gets a little desk in front of the window so she can enjoy the view. I am changing the desk because I just chose it because of the color, basically, but it looked so bland at some point. It didn't look modern at all anymore. It just looked weird, and I don't know, scraped together. So actually the desk will go in the end, and it will be a so much more modern desk, and also the computer will go there it goes. Yeah, we just put the glass there. There's more glass in the house on the lower floors, so it just fitted the theme of the house better to do it like this. And I wanted a little seating area there as well. I couldn't really think of anything else there, because it would be nice if she's working there and she wants to take a break, that she doesn't have to walk all the way downstairs to her living room, but that she can just relax here and, maybe read a book or something. Have a nice cup of, well, coffee, I want to say, but there's not really a coffee machine up here. Maybe we should put one there. Anyway, I'm trying to fit in a rug there, which is really hard because I wanted a square one, but then it would actually be cut off at the stairs, and that looked absolutely weird. So I just put in a carpet that resembles beachy sand, I suppose. And then we put a little lava lamp on top of the table, because we have lava lamps now. How amazing is that? And I thought this fitted this floor so perfectly. And what else? I think sunflowers are the theme of this room. I have some sunflowers in a vase and some sunflowers in a larger vase. I wanted to put a sunflower painting there as well, but then I saw the painting of a desert, or basically a picture of a desert, and I thought this should be it. If you want to bring the outside inside, then this would be perfect, right? And I'm putting some stuff on the bookshelves and such. And here I am, well, trying to figure out, basically, how I get the pencil case in front of the flowers instead of behind it. And then one of you told me this little trick about moving the desk and then putting the stuff in the right place first, because then you can move it freely and then you can put the desk back. And that was the greatest tip ever. Because now we have the pencil case in front of the flowers, and you can do so much with with this, I think. And here we are putting roof trims, actually. Well, I was trying, and then I didn't know if I liked it or if I liked it better without them. So I thought, you know what? I don't know. Let's just go on with the garden. Then I went back to the roof trims again, and I just wanted to try. And in the end, I loved the roof trims because it just made it feel more finished. And I'm actually wondering now if I kept the white line that is there, if I kept it white or if I made it black. I'm not sure. It might be black on the gallery. I debated that a lot after the stream, actually, because there's so much black in this house, right? So here we are making a little what is it? A little area in the backyard, I suppose. And I don't know, I just put barbecues everywhere. This is a thing I do, I think. I just feel that a garden should have a barbecue, especially in an area like this where it's so hot that you probably would sit outside a lot and there's a pool and everything. So a barbecue would just make so much sense, right? And then here we have this statue of a pig, which is absolutely amazing. And it fits the topiary of the animals, I think. And there's this cat outside, because of course she loves cats. In the end, it doesn't look like her cat at all, but that's fine. And I'm putting some more cat stuff in the house, because I didn't really do that yet. And I thought they needed to have somewhere to sleep on every floor at the very least, and also a scratching post so they won't scratch the house. And then I wanted to make the backyard look a little bit more interesting still, because I thought it looked too empty. There should be more stuff to seal the terrace off, I suppose. And I wanted a little seat next to the pool, and I actually really wanted these pool seats, these chairs that you lie in when you are lying near the pool, basically. But I don't have those. I know that there's a pool pack as well, or an outdoor pack. I don't have it. It might be in there, but I don't have it. So I just had to put a bench there, sadly. But it looks actually quite charming, so I am pleased with it anyway. And yeah, here we put some more cat stuff in there, and here I'm deciding again, like, if I want to put the lamp there or not, and I'm just going over all the rooms and see if everything is placed correctly, and if anything is missing, if it needs more decor. And this is the end result. These are pictures of how the house looks from the outside, and then we will have some pictures from the inside of every room. And I would actually love to live here. It looks so nice and open, and I am not so much a modern build kind of person. I would probably never buy a modern build. I'm not buying so much modern stuff for my house anyway, but I love how this turned out. What do you think? Would you live in this house? And would your Sims live in this house? Do you want to? Because I hope I can... Oh, there you see the things that I put in the bathroom in the end. I hope that the gallery works at this point, that it actually has been put up there. And if you want to see the person who lives in this house and with her quirky cats, then stay tuned on this channel, because I will actually make a speed run of that as well. And so subscribe if you want to see that, and see you next time.